Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Benanin, and for today's video we're going to be doing a review on the Laneige Hydro UV Defense Sunscreen. This is a broad spectrum SPF 50+, and I picked this one up from Sephora. At the time it was retailing for $30, so a little spendy in my opinion. You get 1.6 fluid ounces, which is about 150 milliliters. And the active ingredients in here are avobenzone 2.5%, homosalate 9%, octosalate 4.5%, and octocrylene 9%. They market this as your daily BFF, so this is like a daily sunscreen that you wear. It says that this facial sunscreen offers soothing, hydration, and daily protection to help protect against harsh UVA, UVB rays that could negatively impact the skin. So this is a moisture-based sunscreen, which I would consider it like a moisturizer slash sunscreen kind of together, a 2-in-1. It contains glycerin and hydroionized mineral water to help hydrate the skin. They also market this as having a blend of plant extracts, including Centella asiatica, which I love that ingredient, but there's also lavender in here. Not a big fan of that. Aloe for soothing properties, broccoli, hibiscus, and quinoa seed. Lastly, they claim that this is dermatologist tested and hypoallergenic tested, and it says right on there no white cast, which obviously I would not expect a white cast because this is a chemical sunscreen, but they do put that like right here on the bottle, so yeah. All right, so let's start out talking about the fragrance. This does have a fragrance. It smells like a perfume, and it is a little bit strong in my opinion. Obviously that is subjective. The fragrance takes a long time to dissipate, so if you are someone that's like, I don't mind if there's fragrance if it kind of goes away the longer you wear it, this is not it for you. In my opinion, the fragrance lasted the entire time that I was wearing it, so, but it's not a bad smell. It's just a perfumey scent. Okay, so day one, I wore it solo. Like I said, no moisturizer underneath, and this really does double as a moisturizer. You're getting enough hydration, moisture that you would need, so this can work on its own. And as you guys will see, I actually really like the formula. I was expecting it to look very glowy and very greasy, but it doesn't. It just looks like a nice, normal, slightly glow finish. I feel like the actual sunscreen dried down pretty quickly. Usually I would wait for like 15 minutes and show you what it is in my window lighting, but as you guys can see, it doesn't look that much different in my bathroom versus my window lighting from the first time I applied it to 15 minutes later. So I like that. I feel like it's just a nice hydrating look to it. So that being said, I guess I expected it to look very oily. I feel like when sunscreens start out like this, they tend to get very greasy for me by the 2-hour mark. But as you guys will see, 2 hours later, I was actually very surprised by how well it wore. So this is what it looks like after 2 hours, and it basically looks exactly the same as when I put it on at first. I really like the way that this held up over 2 hours. I feel like if you have oily skin and you're worried about getting very oily later on in the day, this is definitely a good one because I feel like it doesn't get as oily as some other ones. So typically I would blot at this point, but there's really nothing to blot for me, so I just went ahead and reapplied. Reapplication was okay. I feel like, of course, it was a little bit heavier with the reapplication than it was with the first application. I also tried this one out with my acne serum. I don't think I have a clip of it though, but with my acne serum, sometimes sunscreens tend to pill up for me. They just like react, I guess, with the serum, and they don't work well together sometimes. But this one, I didn't have an issue with it. And to me, that's a sign that if you were to put another product underneath, it should be able to layer nicely over it without it falling apart and pilling and breaking up and everything. So, and then the next day I wore it with makeup, and this is what it's looking like. This is a pretty like normal to slightly glowy finish, so my makeup did go on a little bit glowy, and I didn't mind. I just powdered a little bit. I feel like makeup applied very nicely with this underneath. So I wore it for 2 hours with makeup, came back, and this is what it's looking like. Slightly oily in my T-zone, which again is expected for me because I have oily skin. But if you look at the other parts of my face, kind of on my forehead and my cheeks and my chin. It's not really looking very oily. It is slightly glowier though. If you are interested in wearing this one with makeup, I don't think you'll really have any issues with it. If you have oily skin, you might need to do a little bit more powdering than you normally would, but if you have like dry to normal skin, I feel like it'll work out fine. Now I'm going to talk about my overall experience and who I would recommend this for. First, let's start out with the skin type. I feel like if you have oily skin, this one will actually work out pretty fine. You could just wear it without a moisturizer. Definitely don't try to put another moisturizer under because it won't sit right. But you can wear it solo on its own. You might need to do a little bit more blotting if you prefer like a more normal to matte finish. You're not going to get that from this. This is more of a normal to glowy, dewy finish. Not super dewy, but that kind of in between. So I feel like it would actually work fine with oily skin. I don't know if I would recommend you wearing it in the summer months when it's a little bit more humid and you're producing a little bit more oils. But I feel like this is one that I might be able to wear more in the winter. If you have normal to dry skin, the sunscreen is definitely created for you. It's moisturizing enough for you to wear it on your own, and it also layers fine over other products. So if you have acne prone skin, I don't know if I would necessarily recommend this one to you. For my skin, I did experience a little bit of breakouts from it. Nothing too crazy though, so I don't know, I guess it depends, but I can't 100% say that it works for people with acne prone skin. If you have sensitive skin, I feel like this could work out for you. I didn't experience any sensitivities, irritation, nothing like that to this. The only thing is the fragrance is like a pretty strong perfume scent to it, so if you are sensitive to fragrance, then this is not the sunscreen for you. And then obviously it works out for all skin tones. I didn't experience any white cast, didn't expect to experience any white cast. You will not experience any white cast with this. I can say that pretty confidently because it is a chemical sunscreen. So overall, I did have a pretty good experience with the Laneige Hydro UV Defense Sunscreen. I think it could work for a variety of people. For me, going forward, I can see myself using it again. I'm hesitant to say that though because I did have some minor breakouts, so I don't know if I want to really go ahead and retest it. Since this is so moisturizing, I think it'll work better for me in the winter months, so I will probably come back to it when it's gets cold again, but I can't see myself necessarily reaching for this as much in the summertime. For my skin personally, you might be a little bit different. Those are my overall thoughts. If you guys have tried the Laneige Hydro UV Defense Sunscreen and you loved it, let me know. If you tried it and you hated it, also let me know. And don't forget to leave your sunscreen recommendations down in the comment section below, and I'll be seeing you guys in the next one. Bye!